So this is a good time to talk about posture during prenatal. You want to be careful that you're not dumping too much weight into the low back, and so standing up against the wall can give you a good gauge for how you might want to try to stand. So drawing your feet parallel to each other, they don't have to be close together. Actually, even with pregnancy, we want to keep our legs nice and wide apart. We're getting used to our body having those hips widening apart in a good way. And so letting yourself be up against the wall, and draw your shoulders up towards the ears and then roll them back, and then allow the palms maybe to face outward. So we call this mountain pose. So just releasing down, and your chin is parallel to the floor. And then without losing that, go ahead and you'll keep your shoulders steady now. So without losing that, just take a few steps away from the wall and just see how you feel, trying to keep that same posture, but you can, come away from the wall. So check out how you feel. Do you feel like you want to make sure you're not having your tailbone out too much? You want to draw tailbone down a little bit and maybe towards the spine. That's going to get yourself in a little bit better of a position to hopefully prevent some back pain. All right, very good. So we'll go ahead and turn around now, and you can have your eyes open, of course, and then we're going to come up to the wall and do a down dog up against the wall instead of being on the floor. So you'll take your hands to the wall at about shoulder height and spread your fingers wide. And then start to walk your feet back. So walking your feet back, and then you may need to gauge that you need to draw your hands a little bit lower. So we want to have the back pretty much at a flat side angle. So I'm going to take my hands to your hips. So draw yourself back. There you go. Okay, and then let your head hang, looking back at your legs. So this is a great position for the baby to be in. The baby's free to swim around and not having to worry about gravity. And so this can be a nice position of relief for you as the pregnancy goes on too. So if your hands get tired, you can always make fists with your hands, or you could be on your forearms. All right, so this is a good position called down dog that you can hold, and you can even be holding on to a countertop or a table, not necessarily just a wall. So now let's lift the head to look to the wall and step your right foot forward. And then we'll be on our back left toes, and your right leg is bent. Let's keep the right leg bent, and then pump that back foot so that our back left heel is just coming up and down. So your toes will stay on the ground. So this is a great pose to do in case you've got some fluid retention in the ankles. That happens with pregnancy. All right, very good. And just letting your head look to the wall. And then now let's plant that left foot down, and let's take it a little bit at an angle. So your right foot stays where it is. Now try to get both hips to still face the wall, and you can have your feet wide apart if they need to be. So then we've got this right foot forward, left foot back, and then we're going to just start to hinge forward. So you should feel a big hamstring stretch with both legs straight. You may even feel a big stretch on the front of your foot. Keep on breathing, deep inhales and exhales. And yes, try to have your hips both facing the front of the wall. So I'm going to take this hand here to take this hip back and this one forward. And again, you may need to step your feet a little bit wider apart, like taking this foot over here. There you go. Create lots of space for those hips. There you go. All right, now let's bend your right leg and draw your both feet forward. So we're going to come into a pose called Cobra Pose. So usually Cobra is done on the floor, but of course we don't want to be on the floor smashing into our baby, so we can do it up against the wall. So one way to do this, your fingers are still spread wide. They're right around, almost underneath the shoulder, so just a little bit higher. So as we inhale, draw the head, the heart and chest up. Feel that big stretch, and then keeping your elbows close to your rib cage. And then as you exhale, just come to a neutral position. So the chin is parallel to the floor. Now inhale again, draw the heart and head and chest up. And again, you should feel your shoulders relax down, but your elbows towards your body. And then one more time, coming to neutral then, and then inhale up. And then exhale, come to neutral. All right, very good. Okay, let's do a little side stretch here. We're going to take our left hip to the wall and take your left arm out to about shoulder height. So you're going to release your right arm down. So your left hip is up against the wall and your feet are just facing forward, but we're going to take little tiny baby steps, keeping that hand on the wall. And this is a real good stretch for your chest and arms. So keeping that hip on the wall and just taking it as far as you feel comfortable with. Don't do anything that hurts, just to an edge. And then come on back to center, and we'll go ahead and do the other side. So right arm to the wall, left arm releases down. This is also a real good thing to do if you are breastfeeding, because it will help to keep the milk ducts stretched out and open, and if you've got some mastitis going on, then this can help to get things moving along. All right, very good. And then let's come on back to center, and then we'll shake the arms out a little bit. And then now we need to do down dog again. Let's get ourselves even out. So with yoga, we always do whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So we have equal feelings here, balanced feelings. So letting your legs be straight, and draw your lower back up to my hand if you can. There you go. All right, so we want to always be careful. We're not doing a sway back. We want to keep that back level. Keep taking some deep inhales and exhales. And then this time we'll step the left foot forward. So we're going to take the left foot forward. We're on our back right toes. Your left knee bends, and we'll go up and down on the back toes. So have your back toes just pointing forward to the ceiling, to the wall, not the ceiling. There you go. And then we're going to plant that right foot down, so the right foot's going to be pointing maybe to a 2 o'clock, and we'll straighten the leg. And then hinge forward. So letting yourself hang. Try to have this back straight, so you're going to draw the hips back. Yeah, legs straight, and so you're coming into more of a forward fold there. All right, very good. Try to draw that hip around. There we go. All right, very good. Okay, and then coming back to center, and then we'll draw your right leg forward. All right, did we do everything? Did we end up balanced? Okay, let's take your hands away from the wall, and we'll just circle those wrists around. Sometimes the wrists get tired, so we do have to take care of them. All right, very good. So let's turn around and we'll prepare to do some work with a pinky ball.